When we use animal behavior to address real-world problems, we're able to really tap into an unused resource so that we're using all the tools we can to continue cattle production in a sustainable way. How we use water, how we use land, and how we are continuing to meet the needs of this system.
California is covered in these extensive rangelands that are used for cattle grazing. Cattle are independently grazing, but they are able to make choices. There are these consistent individual differences in animal behavior, and that affects the land and how they're responding to the environment. We spent 2 summers at the Sierra Foothills Research and Extension Center. We were working with 50 Angus by Hereford breeding females that were aged 2 to 8 years old.
We wanted to know if there are differences. Are there some cows that are more active than others? Are there some cows that will take the challenge and climb a really big hill? Or those that will just never bother and stay at really low ground? Even if they're exact same age, even if they're sisters, but some will be more aggressive than others or more playful than others. We can use that science to understand differences in grazing. That's differences in land use. Let's understand the animals themselves and how are they deciding where they go. If we could potentially match grazing patterns that is inherent to that individual to the land, maybe there's a landscape where the average cow is just not getting up to the tippy top. There's all this lush, green, yummy vegetation up there that's not being utilized, and then overgrazing is happening down here near the watering area. Maybe we need more of those active individuals in this environment. We don't have to use human labor to push them up there on horseback or use a lot of different resources to entice them to get up there. And having a more even use of the land, spreading that manure, having a really nice system throughout all of the land use.
The collars that the cows were wearing, they had a PVC box attached to them, and inside that box was a GPS unit that was recording their location every 10 minutes. We are tracking the cows with GPS collars to get an idea of their grazing patterns. So what are they doing day to day? How are they using the land? And can we get that information from these GPS collars that we're putting on them?
So we place the animals through a very familiar chute system where the cattle often go through this handling system at the facility for veterinary checks. And we paid attention to the detail in their choice to go first, middle, or last in the chute system, how they behaved when they're alone, how they behaved when they left that isolation. All of this subtle behavior we captured on video to try and understand, is there anything that we can learn from their behavior in this slightly stress-inducing context? All of our goal is to look at personality traits.
And I think that this is a really cool opportunity to learn what we have in this study and to actually select a herd with specific personalities and see how they use the rangeland. So this is more exploratory. We're looking at how the cows are reacting over these 2 summers, but now we can actually manipulate it. We can create a herd with the personalities that we believe are going to match the rangeland, be good for sustainability, and actually see what happens. So I think what's next is actually manipulating this and looking at how personality traits in a herd are going to manifest on the rangeland.